Alrighty then! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Aussie Gamer. Welcome to Starfinder 2nd Edition, No Place Like Home, our starfaring adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow us to do all these cool, crazy, wacky, and amazing things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
Hello.
So good to see you guys. I hope you guys are
Hello.
doing well. I'm very, very excited for today's session. We have a great session ahead planned for everyone. But before we get into that, we have some people to thank. We have our lovely and amazing sponsors that keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel that allow us to do all the cool things. Basically, I mean, again, as I tell people all the time, these guys are not people who are currently sponsoring our channel monetarily. That is because that is by design, not because I've been, kind of turned down by them or that I'm somehow or another blacklisted. Push all that thoughts out of your mind. It is entirely because, as some of you know, I don't really promote the channel as much as I used to anymore. I don't sort of post when I go live all the time. It's just on my Discord. It's a smaller, tight-knit community, and that's kind of how I like it for the time being. But nonetheless, these guys were an incredible support in my early days of development as a content creator. They have allowed me to use their products in order to produce the best kind of games that I can, and I'm always going to be grateful for that. And these are free sponsorships for how to make some stuff that looks like this, like my tokens, which are made by HeroForge, which look amazing and incredible. And I've watched a few games very recently of people's live plays, and I keep comparing myself to them because I'm always trying to make myself better. I'm not trying to compare it to be like, haha, look at what I do that's better. I'm always trying to see how I can innovate more and more. And honestly, the stuff that we do with HeroForge here, amazing, absolutely wonderful. I feel like a lot of people can get very immersed into my characters, especially when they can see this really cool HeroForge embodiment of the characters. A lot of the designs and a lot of the inspiration comes from the HeroForge community as well, which you get access to if you have a pro subscription to HeroForge. So go check them out; they're amazing. Sirenscape is a flood of incredible sound effects that you can use to influence the game and to help immerse your players into the story while you're playing. There are soundscapes for science fiction, for cowboy westerns, for jazz, for horror, for your classic adventures. There's so many different things. So it's honestly, I don't know how I lived without it. And Sirenscape is so integratable with whether you're playing in person and using the phone app, or whether you are playing online like myself with integration into a VTT like Fantasy Grounds has, or using their online player. There's so many different ways for you to be able to utilize it, and it's got one of the most robust libraries of sound effects I've heard. So yeah, go check them out; they're amazing. And last but not least, we have the lovely folks at Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds has the just basically a ton of resources that I can use as a DM in order to focus on what really matters about role-playing, and that is my players and my story, and let this VTT connect all of my players with dice rolls, with character builds, with just a ton of really, really cool things that just take a little bit off my plate as well. So yeah, there's that. And then we have our players. Now, I have noticed that I have accidentally made Mercutio not there, and we know why I've done this, of course, and that's because unfortunately Dag has had a bit of trouble with his Discord, and he cannot call in to the chat required to animate Mercutio's face. So if Merc could be ever so kind as to call not the group. Never mind, it's fine. You can call the group. And that should.
You should still be able to initiate a call.
No, but I can't stop it from ringing for Cass and for Syl and for anyone because I'm no longer in charge of that. But now they're all being called, so there's that. But that's fine, I guess.
I can manually stop ringing.
Oh, there you go.
There we
Okay.
go.
Although it's not working. Why is that not working? Let's see. Player 3.
Because don't you also have to be in?
Maybe no, but I can't because I don't have. Oh, no, I can. Oh, there we go. Maybe I do. Oh.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. I'll take it. I take it. I'll take it. Done. Sweet. I think that's because likely I have said it in some way, shape, or form. So there we go. Done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, players. Now that that's all sorted, introduce yourselves to our lovely audience members at home. Starting with our dear friend Gareth, played by Cookie Mon Steve.
Well, hello, and yep, as Michael said, I'm playing Gareth, the human captain of the Morning Phoenix. He has a bit of a past. He's being chased by the stewards, at least one particularly nasty steward, and running around the universe, borrowing things, trading, stealing, taking odd jobs, all the good things in life. And he's got a wonderful crew that attempts to not let him blow everything up.
All right. I'm Marcus. I am playing Mercutio, the very much eldest by far of the group. He is the ship's main engineer, mostly dealing with the computer stuff. And he is a man stuck in a teapot, stuck in a robot. I am just a Russian nesting doll of bullshittery right now.
Hello, I am Anna playing Madeline, and she is a little skittermander that looks really cute, but looks are deceiving. She is the security officer who's can't seem to shoot a gun to save her life. The hits do not seem to hit. Um, Learning to not be as snarky as she wants to be, and is hiding a she does not want people to find out.
Okay, I guess that's me. Hello, I'm Malakisa, and I play Carlina, who is a Patra Guardian. She is the second mate on the ship, and she's a junker. She likes fixing things with junk. Not so good with the computers. And she likes using her hammer to hit things really hard. And she likes protecting people, and sometimes that ends up very badly, as we are about to find out.
All right, fantastic. And unfortunately, unable to join us today are our dear friend Cass, who plays the role of Elowin, the ship's medic, and June 30, played by Syl, the ship's pilot. They are not feeling too well and have other things going on at the moment, so we wish them all the best and hope to see them very soon. But that is our crew for today. Now, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you so much for being here, for supporting the show, for being a part of all the cool and amazing stuff that we have done since we started playing games here at the Dead Aussie Gamer Space. You guys are awesome and an inspiration to everything we do here, and as such, we invite you to join us behind the GM screen in order to have fun and play around as we embark on our adventure. First of all, by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time to influence the game with inspiration, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and so many more cool things. So go and check those out. They're amazing. All of them are below the chat box there if you want to check it out. First time chatter, Erky Turkey. I freaking love that name. I want to say it a million times. Erky Turkey, Erky Turkey, Erky Turkey. Anyway, I'm done. Sorry. It's such a cool name. Anyway, I want to turn that into an alien. Oh, beware the dreaded Erky Turkey. Need to write notes. Kill Marcus with...
Sounds like something I'd order at a restaurant. Yeah, can I get a large Erky turkey with fries and a Coke?
Okay, number 13, hold the soy sauce. Sorry. Anyway, now we then have of course, in addition to our channel point rewards, which of course you can enjoy with all of the cool stuff that happens, we have some monetary donations that will help us with our Dag of Holding. What is the Dag of Holding, you say? Well, after we do our monthly run for Dag Survival Check, which, you know, covers overheads and subscriptions and all the resources that I spend, we have the Dag of Holding rewards. Now, every $100 that we make from the Dag of Holding will provide a group with a magic item that comes from my homebrew games. These items are customized, they do not appear in any of the books and stuff like that, and do some very, very cool stuff. Now, due to some extra expenses, I have been pushing hard on that reward system because, I mean, like, honestly, it's been, I mean, if you've been following the frickin' adventures, it's been a hell of a week. So we do have something extra here, and that is for every $100 for the Dagger Holdings that we do make, we have one person on every table gain a secret fighting art, which is basically a custom feat based on their contributions to the campaign, how they roleplay, how they interact, what story elements they're working on. I will give them a homebrew power or ability that they can utilize. And we got one yesterday during Gatewalkers, which means one lucky sod will get the power today. Now, we're gonna do this now because I always forget to do it. So let's do this real quick. Who has in our group presently already received a secret fighting art?
Only metal.
I did last week.
Also, I approve of the soda choice Dag.
Thank you. I like the mango one, but that one you can only get at the supermarket. In some like restaurants, usually it's guava or mandarin, which are my favorites. But you know, I don't like the
I love
cola
the
very
mandarin.
much, but I do like the fact that it's sugar cane. Anyway.
Yeah.
Gareth, Mercutio, and Carlina, can I get you guys to roll me d20s, please?
Oh my god. That's
Abysmal.
Wow.
But, Mercutio, you
Done.
are the lucky winner.
Riddles.
woo.
I am friend, not food. Nice. Okay. Mercutio, your secret fighting art. Let's see. Mercutio, you have not yet utilized the ghostly aspects of your character. You have mostly functioned as the ship's mechanic and as a robot for the most part. I like this. I approve of this. I'm going to give you a secret fighting art called The Ghost in the Machine. The Ghost in the Machine will allow you to abandon your robot form in order to take on a digital one. It'll allow you to transfer yourself into something that is digitally connected and transfer your consciousness via an electric signal. This means you can put your consciousness into a computer. It does mean that you could potentially possess a different robot. However, there are 3 things to know as you can do this. Number 1 is to transfer your consciousness. You need to take 2 actions to do so. That's the first one. The second is when you are in your electric or astral form, you are subject to all of the same restraints, all of the same conditions as a program in that system, meaning that if you hit a firewall, you are stopped. If there's a virus being swept, you are under attack. All of those things will be in place. Third and lastly, actually this is kind of a 2-parter. If you are destroyed or disrupted in any way, shape, or form, your soul will return to the pot where it will lie dormant for 24 hours before you will regenerate as a ghost back in Mercutio's body. But the other half of that is if the robot is destroyed with the teapot in it, or if the teapot in itself is destroyed, then regardless, the soul is also going to be destroyed as well. Cool?
Ooh.
Alright, and we're going to call this ability Ghost in the Machine. Or Zeitgeist, I guess, is the right phrase, right? Am I using that right? No, that's the Ghost in the Society. What the hell is
I don't know.
zeitgeist?
I was picturing Ghost in the Shell for some reason.
What does zeitgeist mean? The defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time. So no, that's not what it is. What is the German word for ghost in the machine? Geist in der Maschine. That's not helpful. Good translation.
That's very on the nose.
Very on the nose. I mean, the Germans, they don't mess around. Yeah, there you go. Oh, we can call your power electric sheep. Ah, I like that one. Done. We're gonna call your power electric sheep. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense because it puts me to sleep, essentially.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, now, monetary donations. Here we go. Now, we've already gotten a $40 donation from our dear friend Schooly Eye, so thank you, Schooly Eye, for that already, you bloody legend, you. But here is what the rewards are and what you can do with them. First of all, for $5, you can give a hero point to a player, which are these little red marks here. They can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules and roll with advantage. The purple marks here are jinx points that can be used to stave, reject a hero point, make a bad guy roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will either draw from my deck of narrative plot twists, which are very, very cool story prompts that I will use in order to influence the game. These are very, very cool ways of keeping my improv skills intact. We then also have over here, for $10, a role play booklet that is filled with random tables with random encounters and events that happen. So we throw that one into the mix as well. If my players are doing something that warrants that. For $20, you can give some of the coveted golden natural 20. Now, the only people that don't have nat 20s are me and June, so bear that in mind. But a nat 20 is a critical success in what they are doing. We then have our $50 donation, which we have two parts for. We have either a Harrow draw, which is a draw from the infamous deck of fortune-telling Harrow cards, which is somewhere that I can't see right this second, but it is somewhere. There they are. The Harrow deck is filled with a bunch of prophetic fortune-telling cards, and our heroes will get to pick one, and when they do so, they will receive a prophecy. If they fulfill that prophecy or reject the prophecy, they will receive a magic item, a secret finding art, and a boon from the creature that dwells within. Alternatively, as well, they can use that $50 donation in order to influence the game by making the boss super hard. Basically making the encounter more difficult, changing the terrain, changing the parameters of victory. There's just a ton of stuff that you could potentially do in order to make my players' lives a little harder. So yeah, there is that. Then last but not least, we have our secret menu item, which of course is a $100 donation, a massive boost here. Our heroes are currently on a small island in order to try and rescue this robot survivor, an SRO, not an SRO, an android, who our heroes have been trying to save from madness, from being isolated on a lost planet. Now, the secret menu item is going to involve this individual. Now, this individual has been studying a method of longevity through the use of plant-based materials. He has been doing this with his crew for some time since they landed on the planet. Unfortunately, the plant creatures here are an alien species of very hostile creatures, and his research did not go as they intended. Instead, finding a method to turn animal DNA into floral DNA, which is what we see here with the giant pangolin. It's why he has no flesh and no skin. And he will provide the recipe for said serum to our group, effectively giving them acid weapons that allow whatever gets struck by said acid weapons to then begin turning into plants. and flowers and stuff. This might be useful in a bunch of different scenarios, but more importantly, we give our medical officer a brand shiny new recipe of something that could actually be quite horrific if used in the right context. So regardless of the size, regardless of the type, regardless of the nature of the creature, the animal shall turn into a plant. And in given time and with enough research, Elwyn will then also be able to do the reverse, in which they are then able to turn plant matter into flesh. We are going to create 2 new spells, which is basically instead of stone to flesh and flesh to stone, flesh to plant, plant to flesh. Ta-da! There you go. So that is our secret menu item, a special gift for Elwyn and the crew, I guess. So yeah. All right. Done and done. Are we ready? Shall we get started?
I do have one question.
Go on.
The possessing robots bit, would that require a save of my class DC?
Only if the robot has a firewall, in which case it would be a computing check. If the robot is an SRO and is sapient, then it will be a will save.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Cool. All right. In which case, there was another donation that came in. Another donation. Adam!
Yes.
Adam is going for a plot twist. A plot twist and a roll. A roll on the table. Roll on the table. All right, here we go. Gotta shuffle this. Adam, you ready? Here we go. Your plot twist is... What the hell's that? Unexpected news. You're on a fucking isolated planet. What fucking unexpected news are you gonna get? Okay, well, unexpected news. That is what's happening. And let's see. Rolling on our table. Local attractions. No. Let's we did the jungle one last time. I feel like that's how we ended up with the pangolin.
Yep.
Let's go with... let's develop the pangolin a little bit, shall we? Here we have in the chat here, a list of monstrous features. So, Adam, I would like for you to pick 2 other people from the chat, as well as yourself. So, you know, you're going to get a roll, and I want you to pick 2 other people in order to... I mean, you can choose my players if you want, but, you know, it's more fun if it's the audience as well. So, pick 2 people. They're going to make some rolls as well. I need you, however, to roll me a d20. Because we're basically going to turn this pangolin from a random encounter into a named NPC kind of thing. So, Adam, roll me a d20 and tell me who the 2 people are going to be. A 16. A thick mucus slime it excretes covers its entire body and has left a trail. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to do that one. So there's that. Erky Turkey, you get a roll. And who's the other one? So Erky Turkey, in chat, write exclamation D10, please. Erky Turkey, exclamation D10. And Adam, who's our second? Rykon, you lovely bastard. Roll me a D12, please. D12. Don't get ahead of yourself, Rykon. Wait till you asked. Miss your face, by the way.
It's our favorite fox man.
D12. 11. All right. So, Erky Turkey, we have a result of 7. The monster's motive. Dwiven. Frickin' Elma Fudding here. Driven by an unquenchable hunger, they scour the land, eating its inhabitants. Makes perfect sense. That's why the plant creatures have frozen and stopped moving. This creature is a voracious herbivore who is devouring these aliens. It's like one of their favorite things. Then we have an 11 from Rykon. Their personality: Vile. Oh, they are a vile creature. They belittle others, torment them, insult them with venomous words. I think I can work with this. Dang. I thought this pangolin was really sweet and cute. Now it's like dripping slime and it's a freaking asshole. Okay. We can work with that. Let's do it. Okay. Thank you, Adam, for the donations and things. But let's get started with today's session, shall we? Musica. All right. Oh, that didn't work. 1 moment. Musica. All right. When last we left our heroes, the heroes were after responding to an SOS signal. Descending down to a planet that was lost in the vast, our heroes found a derelict ship, broken apart and crash-landed in the middle of a jungle, one that seems oddly strange. The trees move almost as if by some sort of intelligent design in order to get those who traverse it lost deeper and deeper within its arboreal vestiges. There, when they found the ship, they located Simon, a android who had been here for some time, tending to the needs of several corpses of the former crewmates. After divulging his situation, Simon came to an uneasy realization that he had gone a little native, and rescue was definitely on the cards, thanks to the efforts of June 30 and their convincing. However, they are not alone here on this planet. Floral creatures that seem to take the shape of these bizarre humans have begun to attack the group. Mercutio, Medellin, and Carlina remaining outside of the ship, launching blast after blast, firing upon these creatures as they are trying to attack the ship, trying to give cover for their allies as they are trying to put an end to the black box that is currently in the bridge, so that others would not fall for others would basically not come to this place and be attacked by the plant creatures. Gareth, Elowin, and June are in the main bridge, along with Simon, who is currently working on trying to disable the SOS signal. But in the bridge, there's also the former captain, the corpse of a human woman that has been entangled and consumed by the plants that have smashed through the front window of the spaceship during the crash. They are unrelenting towards their attack against the intruders to her domain. The infected captain has tried to draw the others in with spores and vines and the like, but thus far has not found the ability to do so. Meanwhile, outside, bizarrely, while the horde of these plant creatures have been attacking, just as quickly as they emerged for the attack, they suddenly stop, frozen in place, as a large apex predator upon this planet, a creature known as a Supenga. Though it's not a full-grown Supenga, though it is indeed a pup, this creature is on the prowl and has set its sights on our heroes. Now, who was it attacking? I feel like it was attacking Mercutio, but I could be lying.
It was originally, and then Carlina threw a rock at it.
Yes, that is right, and is now heading in Carlina's direction. It drips with this gross, viscous slime that seems to have a very, very strong scent, a very flammable scent. It's actually a pesticide that is used to keep insects at bay. It looks over at Carlina hungrily, its mouth agape as more of that slime drips from its jaws. The tail fans out, and you can see these razor-sharp quills nestled between the leaves that comprise the armored plated tail of this large creature. It lowers itself as it closes its buds to make a single armored tank shell and begins to charge towards Carlina as we go into initiative. I like re-rolling initiative at the beginning of games, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, it seems as though we are going to be starting with the infected captain. As the fungal creature hangs on the bridge, it turns its attention to June and Simon, who are at the back of the bridge trying their best to kind of remove the SOS signal. Do not interfere. As it raises its hand, more of that fungal mass begins to grow and stretch out, lashing towards Simon. June, quickly acting swift, jumps in and intercepts the attack, getting struck firmly in the chest, knocked to the back of the room, and then stuck to the wall by this web, lattice of fungus and goo. Yes, Steve.
Is that a manipulate action or a ranged attack?
It is. I'm getting one of the players who's not here out of the combat action. If you want, I could turn my attention to combat and focus on beating the living snot out of you, if you prefer.
No.
You sure?
What I was going
I
to
can
say
give you
is
attention
that
if you
there-
want it. I mean, it's no trouble.
No.
You're my boss, you know.
No, it's not a problem.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that, but
You want to smack him?
I do have a reaction.
You
so
would.
I can
know,
smack him.
Yep. No, it's a strike, much like anything else. As you know, manipulate actions are specifically things like drinking potions, opening doors, accessing computers. Basically, you are manipulating something very specific in the environment. Would be a manipulate action.
Okay.
So no, this is just an attack action.
Okay.
So that is what he's doing with that. Elowin is also nearby as well, so the second action he is going to do the same thing. Aim and fire, striking at Elowin. Now, Elowin is in a little bit more trouble because Elowin is not near the back of the room. As this goo strikes Elowin... Sorry, I'm just going to lower the music a teeny bit. Alright, there we go. Good. Alright, as the goo strikes Elowin directly in the face, unfortunately, without being stuck to the wall, it encompasses and wraps their face. They are beginning to suffocate as they struggle to breathe. They try to pull at the fungus, but as they do so, their hands move through it almost as if it's like it's a very viscous but very thin liquid. So as soon as her hand moves through it, any clump she tries to grab, her hand just passes over it as this bubble of like fungal slime is now coating them. With their final action, they begin to basically with most of their flesh now gone, having been fired by these blasts, you can see that the bone that makes up their forearm is now being fashioned into a sword as bits of these vines and funguses crack and shape into a bladed edge. That is all it does, is it creates this sword in its arm. June is stuck. But outside the ship, however, not stuck, is Carlina, as this large, heavy-set creature, the size... How big are you? You're medium. So, yeah, it's quite a large pangolin. Basically is barreling towards you on all fours.
Fuck.
I don't think you're its type.
Is there a, boulder or something I can run and hide behind? Like, large. Very large.
Not where the ship... I mean, the ship is pretty much it. Because remember, you're fighting
That's
just outside the ship, and the ship has crashed, So there's like mostly destroyed things around. You know what I mean? Like the trees have been knocked away. Yeah. You could potentially run into the ship, but that would basically be. I mean, it'll fit in the ship, mind you. It's not like going to destroy the ship by running into it.
I really want to say something, and it's going to annoy you.
I mean, most things this table does and says, you know, hit that mark, so it's par for the course.
Hey.
What would
It
you
is
like
I
to do?
resemble that statement.
You do.
Can I open the door on the ship?
That is going to annoy me, but do you know why it's going to annoy me?
Is there no fucking door?
There's no fucking door on the
Because there's
ship.
no fucking door.
Sorry,
I
had
do
to
have
say
a
it.
question.
It's fine.
As it's barreling towards Carolina, does it pass Merc in any like close at all?
If I recall, it shot you with its quills.
And I was behind a tree.
Yeah, so no, you would have a tree between you and it.
Okay.
Carlina's gonna be Carlina.
Kalina be Kalining, yo.
Yeah. So it's getting ready to run at me.
No, it
hasn't
is
started.
running at you. It's
Oh, it's barreling toward me. All right, cool. Carlina is going to stand her ground, and she's gonna take her hammer and she's gonna try to hit it off course.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
as it's charging you, it is going to make an attack. We're going to go with this. If you land the attack successfully, you'll be able to shove it and push it off course. This is as a critical hit.
I will use my nat 20 if I don't roll it.
Sure, not a problem. However you get that nat 20, you can get it, right? But that is how we'll treat that one.
Okay.
All right. So, well, it's a good time as any because one action to ready this attack, which you're doing. You have one more action, but I don't feel like you need to use it for anything in particular.
I will raise my shield after I get the hit off and get it out of the way.
Keeping in mind, raising your shield, you will not be able to use shield block because you only have one reaction per turn. Meaning when you make the attack, when he comes in, that will take your reaction. But it will still give you the AC bonus for raising your shield.
We had that similar issue on Season of Ghosts, and you looked it up. It doesn't use up your reaction.
It doesn't?
No. Because we had Shenzu do something similar.
I thought we said it did. Shield block, Pathfinder 2E.
I mean, shield block itself uses the reaction, but not.
Yeah, your other
readying
thing
an
didn't use a
action.
reaction. It's shield block that still uses a reaction. And then readying
Yeah.
your action
Doesn't.
doesn't. Yada yada. No, it is as a reaction.
A readied action is still a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize. I thought it wasn't.
Hold on, let me
Yeah,
pa-
so you.
yeah, let me paste it here. I think it was something else. I don't know if it was a readied action. I think, or again, we talk about past Michael like he's a different person, but current Michael, it says clear as day in the. Oh my god. I hate Discord because Discord doesn't let me share images because I haven't proved I'm not a child and I live in Australia. There we go. All right, well, if you have a look there, as I've shared the link, you're prepared to use an action that will occur outside of your turn. Choose a single action or free action, which we do homebrew. You can use spells and 2 action abilities, and is designated triggered. Your turn then ends If the trigger you designated occurs before the start of your next turn, you use the chosen action as a reaction, provided you still meet the requirements to use it. You can't ready a free action that already has a trigger.
Okay.
Yeah. It also does include multiple attack penalties. However, your attack of opportunity, Gareth, those don't take multiple attack penalties. They are at your highest base attack. So you could basically go highest attack, medium attack, lowest attack. Then an attack of opportunity would be back at your highest, even if it was in the same round.
Yeah.
So because Carlina hasn't made any attacks, even though this is a reaction that will suffer multiple attack penalties, because your first attack you're still at your max hit. There you go. Sorry, did the Pathfinder thing. But there we go.
But I'm not readying an action. I'm moving forward to meet the charge.
Yeah, but that's how you. Okay, so obviously he's not there. He's all right. Okay, so he's still quite a distance away.
We're close enough.
No, that's fine. So he's quite a distance away. So that means you're gonna move to him.
Yeah, because he's running to me. I'm gonna move to him and
Right.
swing the hammer.
Okay, so that's gonna take 2 move actions and then your hammer attack.
It's gonna take 2 moves to get to him.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was much closer than that.
No. He was quite out there.
I threw a rock 50 feet and hit him in the head.
I mean, again, it was just
You're good.
it was just the distraction. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You did 0 damage and you drew attention.
Raw kind of attention. Damn. I didn't
Well,
realize.
okay, so to clarify, because I feel like there is some tactic minds here. The reason is that if you ready your action here, he has to spend 2 action getting to you, then only gets to make the single attack.
That makes more sense. So then yes, that never mind the raising the shield. That is what I'm going to do.
No, you can you can still raise your shield. It's 2 actions to ready, and you have a spare action. All I'm telling you is that as part of raising your shield, one of the things that you get is the ability to shield block, which is a reaction that allows you to absorb damage if you get hit. If you've readied an action, you can't use that ability.
I've never used shield block. That's a new one.
Well, there you go. In which case, don't worry about it. But I'm just letting you know that you can't shield block to absorb damage if you have readied an action, because I don't want you to get to that point, hit, and then be like, haha, I can absorb some damage, but you won't, Just giving you that stuff in advance, Okay.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, that being said, Carlina raises their shield, puts their hammer behind them, and readies for this creature to charge forward, which indeed, as it is now the Supenga's turn, it does so as it roars forward. Spinning charge! It launches itself forward, curling up into a ball as it rolls in your direction. There is a reflex save to hit. However, your attack will go off first.
Excellent, eh?
Which is cool
Let's
because
roll
it
it.
actually is like it's like that polo game, with the Alice in Wonderland. So
Like a much cooler version of cricket.
no, polo.
I've never played polo. I don't know what polo looks like.
It's like the guys on horses with a hammer hitting a ball, usually from a horse through like little.
I've never
little
seen.
things. You've
I've
never
never
seen polo.
seen it.
You've never seen Alice in Wonderland where they get the flamingos and they pop the hedgehogs.
No, I haven't.
Really?
No,
Oh.
I only know, or no, not croquet. I know croquet because I watched Heather's.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close to that. Yeah.
Imagine that on a horse.
Yeah, it's
On a
it's
horse.
croquet on a horse. Yeah, basically.
Croquet on a horse. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
I'm a kickboxer, man. I watch fighting.
I do fighting. I can love whole bunches of different things.
Yeah, like give me Muay Thai references. I'm good. I'm gonna roll the dice now.
Go on.
Do I just roll a flat 20 or do I roll the
You're
attack?
rolling an attack against it. So yeah, it is in the combat tracker if you want to throw it on there.
Yep. I just need to switch to the thingamajigger. Okay, that's the thingamajigger.
Oh,
But it's gotta be a
solid
crit.
hit. Not a crit, so you don't push it off center, but you do manage to land the hit. If you want to use the nat 20, you can to push it off, but that is up to you.
I'll take a hit on that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, roll your
I'm
damage
alright.
first.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, 5 damage. The pangolin is hit, but you realize as soon as your hammer hits it, you feel how heavy this creature is as it charges into you. We are going to give you a save and throw, baby. Dexterity save, you have failed on that one. You can use a hero point if you like. I will tell you it is 3d8 bludgeoning damage, and because you didn't critically fail, you are not knocked prone.
That's a whole lot of hit points.
3d8 plus 3 damage.
How much do I need to save? What's my...
What's the DC? 22.
Yeah. Yeah, let me use a hero point.
Hero point it is. Some people might also ask why I tell my players what the DC is. I have no issue with certain things being informed decisions, such as the use of hero points. If my players have no chance, if they have like no register of like the difficulty of something, I won't give it to them. But given that Carlina has literally, sort of felt getting hit, I have no issue with giving them that info, and that way they can make their decision on their own. Which unfortunately is not going to yield much in the way of results. As Carlina is going to take a whopping 18 points of damage as the creature bounds and bashes into them before unfurling and trying to bite you. Now here's the bit that's actually quite nasty. Because sudden charge is a reflex save, there is no multi-attack penalty as it unfurls and bites you with a natural freaking 20. Turning around, it leaps up and ka-chomp. 32 points of damage.
I would like my hero point to stay up.
Good call. Okay. You do manage to remain on 1 hit point as the creature bites down hard on your shoulder. Alright, you've definitely distracted it. 51, I think, just gives us a crit effect. Ooh, shiny. The attack makes you drop a thing you were carrying. Carlina, roll me a d20. Low will be your shield, high will be your hammer.
Okay, that didn't work. Let's roll it again.
Low, so that is your shield. So as he bites you, your shield has been dropped. Alright, but that is all he can do. That is his entire round as we go to Mercutio, who has witnessed from a nearby tree the creature charging and basically, like it basically rolled, smashed into Carlina, and as the two of them were sort of being knocked back, it unfolded and then grabbed hold of Carlina, grabbing it with its arms and then biting onto Carlina's shoulder.
Ooh. How far away is it?
It is presently 35 feet away.
God damn it, Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to use 2 move actions to get to it. Would I, with my last action, be able to use a hero point to jump up? Because I still have my sword out. To jump up and drive my sword into its back to hopefully have it drop Carlina.
To clarify, you want to make a 35-foot long leap?
Its legs aren't that big. I don't have to go like directly to the center of its back.
To clarify, you want to make a standing leap at 35 feet. We can.
Long jump.
You're saying that its lower back is 35 feet in the air?
No, you have 35 feet to cross distance-wise.
Yeah, I said I have to use 2 move actions.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. My apologies. Yeah, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's why I asked, are you doing a
Yeah,
35-foot
no.
leap? And you
No,
I was
no,
like,
I have to use 2 move actions because I only have 25 feet.
Yep.
And then with my last action, I'd like to hero point to jump and stab it in the back.
Sure. Let's say that you won't need a hero point, because I'll pretty much do the same thing regardless. If you land a critical hit, you will impale it, which will give it bleed damage so long as it has been impaled. I will then, for free, allow you to make a grapple check to hang on to your sword that's embedded.
Okay.
All right. So, you move over as Mercutio runs forth. Ooh, very nice.
Come on, it's not a...
You do leap over and you do stab it in the back. It is, however, because of its incredibly thick armor, you don't penetrate deep enough for a full impalement, but you do manage to land the hit. Unless you want to use your nat 20, which you are welcome to, but that is up to you.
You know what? I do, because...
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, your nat 20 is taken. You land a critical blow. It stabs straight into its back. Roll a critical damage on it. Okay, and thanks to its weakness, you deal 17 points of damage and are now embedded in its back. Which let's now add persistent damage. And you know what? Given that it is impaled, rather than bleed, let's give it persistent one. What's your damage on your weapon?
It is 1d8.
Okay, 1d6 persistent slashing damage. There we go. Okay, your sword is stuck. Alright, as you are holding on to it, in order to get you off, it will need to try and shake you off, but that would be on its turn.
And you said I need to make an athletics check to keep the grip?
Yeah, no, that's when he starts bucking you off and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yep. For now, you're
Perfect.
for now you're good. All right. Elwyn is struggling to breathe, still trying to grab onto the goo next to them as Gareth, you injured, bleeding from pretty much everywhere, heavily breathing as you've just been stabilized. Gather the information from the world around you, and yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Can you refresh my memory? Because last week was a bit of a blur with all the shenanigan crap.
Sure.
Did they finish disabling the beacon, or was it almost finished?
They just finished.
I thought they just finished.
Yeah.
It's sorry, I'm blanking. What's his name again?
Simon.
Or Simon, thank you. Simon, can you get the other two out of here now?
Yes, I can. I can try.
Please. And at that point, I'm going to try and disable the captain. So he is going to swing with his he's going to attune photons. So it's going to. It was sputtering before. I think it's going to strengthen up. His solar weapon is manifesting again, and he is going to, in particular, slash at the legs. Because when he was lying down on the ground, I think he noticed, someone may have mentioned that there are essentially root tendrils going into the ground for this creature. He's essentially going to slash at it to try and cut the legs out from underneath it.
I like it. All right. Make your attack.
And I want this to work, so may I use the nat 20 on this one, please?
Oh, you may use that nat 20. All right. Captain on deck as he will try using his solo weapon to slice into this corrupted mass of plant and goo. Sacred goo.
Sacred goo. Crit button press. Go.
Nice. 17 points of damage. It is also... it is not weak to either of those things. I do remember that, actually. It
I
does
thought it was
not
weak to fire.
No. No, it's not.
Huh. Sad.
It is not weak to fire. It is... I mean, it's not unweak to fire. It's just fire is fire. All right. Roll me a percentage as you've landed your crit, but the creature is not quite done yet. 40. All right. 40. That is, it looks like it hurt, but it is a regular crit. There's no extra effects here on that. All right. You have, one more action? Two more actions?
One more.
Oh, one more.
Attune.
Oh, yes.
First strike.
Yep.
And he's gonna hit him again. Trying to chop the legs out from underneath this thing. Well, that's unusual.
That's a solid freaking hit.
So, yeah, okay.
All right, what do we got? Death.
18.
All right, your attack strikes the captain with reckless abandon as it falls, crumpling. You can see the captain is long dead. The captain, as it kind of withers and lays down, outstretches a hand. It seems to be trying to grab at you, Gareth. And you notice something in its top pocket. Something that it seems to have kept very, very close to its heart. And that is a data disk. It's still reaching and still grasping. Do you try to make for the data disk?
Yes.
All right, make a reflex save.
That's not good.
That is not good.
May I hero point that one?
Of course you may.
Burn them all.
All right.
A little better.
That's a little better. What level are you? 2?
2.
That'll do it. Okay, you manage to snatch the data disk just as it tries to grab hold of you. Simon has managed to retrieve June from the wall, though she's still covered in sticky goo. However, the Dr. Elowin is still suffocating. They have begun to sort of drop to their knees, having slightly given up. They're about to pass out. But that is the end of Gareth's turn as we now go to Medellin, who is unleashing fury on the front of the ship. You've witnessed Carlina getting steamrolled by this large pangolin thing. And like I said, more of these sort of plant people seem to just be I say petrified with fear, but it's more like they're trying to camouflage themselves by not moving.
Okay, so the pangolin is there. How close am I to the pangolin?
About 10 foot away. Because Carlina was at the front fighting with Mercutio originally. Mercutio ran off. Carlina stayed there. You just kind of stepped out of the cover behind the ship. But you were firing out into the range, so they're about 10 foot away from Carlina.
Okay, I am going to fire my plasma caster at it to see how the plasma will affect the armored on it.
Sure, by all
With
means.
it being a creature.
I like it. I like it. All right. Make your attack as you begin to launch your attacks. You'll need to drop that onto the creature. It is in the combat tracker, so you can see it up there. Combat tracker is on the top right-hand side. Two swords crossed over with one another. If you click on that, it'll give you a list of everyone in the initiative.
There.
Brilliant. And you can drag and drop onto the Supenga pup, which is the creature. Very nice. All right, your plasma caster hits, striking the pangolin in the side for no damage, as it is resistant to fire. All right, that was your first action. You got 2 more.
Okay. I am going to try. Well, that was fire, plasma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try cold. I'm going to pull out my zero knife, run up on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to stab it with cold.
All right.
See how that works.
Nice. You rush up, zero knife in hand, as you slash at it. Oh, with a natural 20. Love to see it. You go up to its thigh and you run your cold blade through it. Roll your damage. 11 points of damage. It is partially resisted to that cold damage as well, but you do manage to do 6 points of damage through it. Roll me a percentage, please, as you do so. 83. I'm pretty sure that'll give you something. Let's see what you get. With 83 on your melee, that is... After you attack, you can grapple or shove the creature if you would like. It's currently attached to Carlina, so if when you make your attack you want to try and trip it over or shove it, you can do that.
Okay, I am going to I'm going to try to take my little body and try to shove it over.
All right, make an athletics check. Ooh.
I failed at that.
And natural 1. Unfortunately, yes, that is a failure. You are unable to shove the creature. And with a natural 1, Mercutio, I'm going to get you to make me an athletics check as you are shoved back. Up while you're on top of it. You might be thrown. You are indeed.
That's in that one.
You are indeed thrown onto the ground. Your sword still impaled into its back. So it is still going to take slashing damage as persistent damage, but you no longer have your weapon. All right.
Medellin is like,
All right. Cookie Mon has just donated $25 to our chat. We have 3 hero points for Carlina and 1 for Medellin and Merc. That is very generous of you. And as a reward for your generosity,
thank you, Steve.
you are going to be gifted an additional hero point.
Well, thank you. Didn't do it for me.
We love you, Steve.
I know you didn't. That's why you get one. I like to, if someone donates in chat for the entire team, I personally want to give them something. They don't decide what it is. It might be a nat 20, it might be a hero point. Whatever the case is, I like to do it for myself because it is something that I don't just want to like put my, just be like, "Oh yeah, thanks," and then carry on. I want to give something tangible to show the appreciation I have for someone who is willing to donate for their teammate's success. So I appreciate that, Steve, and I just want you to know that. Okay. Also, we're at 95% before we hit the dagger holding item and a secret fighting art for all the tables again. So just there's that too. All right, back to the infected captain, who is dead. June, who is quickly trying to make their way out. Carlina. Carlina.
Okay, with my first action, I'm gonna pick up my shield. You're hesitating.
I am, because I did forget to do this.
What did you forget to do?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
I don't like that. That doesn't make me happy.
Yeah, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. All right,
I'm
carry on.
Worried.
No, you're fine, don't worry
Very
about
worried.
it. No, you're good, just keep going. What are you doing?
Yeah. Picked up my
your
shield.
Yep, you picked up your shield.
Okay. And now that I've picked up my shield,
Yep.
Hammer.
Nice, all right, your shield there. You swing your hammer down. Make your attack.
Son of a bitch. No, I do not critical miss. I critically hit. I'm using my nat 20.
Oh, the nat 20 is coming out. All right.
The nat 20 comes out. I critically hit. I click the crit button and then I roll the damage. Yes.
Yes, you do. All right, let's see it. All right, 18 points of damage as boom, a heavy hit lands on the creature. Give me a roll me a d100. Ooh, 14 unfortunately is not going to give you anything extra, but a still sizable blow to the creature. You have one remaining action.
I am going to raise my shield.
Raising your shield, okay. The Supanga pup is not an idiot. It is going to very quickly roll away using 2 actions to do so as it tumbles and rolls. It is going to use that opportunity to roll through Merc and Carlina. So let's get some reflex saves for you guys. Carlina, you fail. And Mercutio, you critically failed. Dang. All right. Hero points for anyone?
I'm fairly certain
can
that'll take me down.
I mean, maybe. Carlina, what do you say?
Can I do that fancy shield thing to reduce damage that you were talking about?
You can.
Oh wait, I'm at 1 hit point. That doesn't matter. I'll
correct.
use a hero point to reroll that.
How about use a hero point just to stay on 1 hit point?
That also probably would be the better idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, cool. All right, easy
Yeah.
done. Mercutio, what
And
about you?
I know that it's going to be doing more than 7 damage, so I will also use a hero point to stay on 1.
Easy done. All right, I just want to see how much damage it does do to you.
He just wants to find out.
Yeah.
32 damage destroyed. Yeah, no, you're not destroyed, but that's just
Yeah,
amazing.
does this count as moving? His roll?
Technically, yeah, I'd say so.
Because I do believe that I have
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity attack, but I'm just double checking. It'd be reaction.
Marcus.
No, I do not. Never mind.
Okay, well that's fine. But Marcus, I will give you the hint. It has happened so many times to people on my tables. I feel like very recently as well, where a creature is retreating from the battle and leaving, and someone decides to take a swipe at it. It was Season of the Ghost. You were there. And the creature then went, you know what? I'm not retreating because they're going to attack me while I'm trying to run away. The only way for me to survive is to murder them. And then it turned around and tried to murder someone. Do you remember that?
Okay. I wasn't going to use it as an actual attack. I wanted to use it to get my sword back, like as it's rolling away. Like grab the sword, pull it out.
Well, see, you can ask for that sort of thing. I'm happy for that. You can make a reflex save as it is rolling past you. As it tucks and rolls, I'm imagining your sword is kind of running parallel to the ground, so it's kind of spinning like an axis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. 16, just make it as you grab hold of it. Instead of being basically flipped in its rotation, you grab hold of it and give it a sharp pull outwards, freeing it from the creature's scales as it continues into the forest.
Merc is
Carlina, do you want to use your attack of opportunity?
I would not
You
like
sure?
to use my attack of opportunity. I kept my mouth shut for a reason, is all I'm saying. Because I'm not a dumbass.
Aww.
Hey.
Well, look, I appreciate Mercutio's ability, attempt to try and get their sword back. I appreciate that, but yeah, no, like I said, it was just it was like, you know, like the attack of opportunity thing literally happened. I feel like last week or the week before on the Season of the Ghost thing.
It was the week before.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty sure when I'm trying to get guys to run away, sure, you can go for the kill on certain things, but some things it's like, no, this thing's still good, you know, like it's fine. It'll come back and finish the job if you want him to. But he is going to retreat.
No, I just wanted my sword.
Yeah, it's fine. So it is going to retreat. It is going to make its way back into the woods. This meal is not going to be worth recovering from the injuries it has sustained, so it is leaving. But this will provide the end to the battle. The creatures without the fungal leadership of the captain now are just stuck with no instructions, no commands, no nothing to do other than to stand in their strange torporous state. Watching, waiting.
Commiserating.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Guys, let's get the captain and get out.
All right.
The
It
original
does not take
plan.
long before Gareth and the others reconvene. Elwyn has had a mouthpiece sort of like removed so Elwyn can breathe, but there's still large chunks of it. They'll need a decontamination bath in order to get rid of it. Same thing with June. But you all meet roughly at the hole that is in the side of the ship. Simon has the SOS black box that's here, that just contains like a ton of data and stuff like that as well. Yeah, you guys can have this scene for yourselves. Gareth, you do have the data pack, which, just for the record, is going to contain some unexpected news. But yeah, other than that, the scene is yours. Take it away, team.
Have the trees moved back at all?
They moved.
No, they're still, the trees are still moving and kind of being confusing. That was independent of the plant people.
Okay.
So they're not even in the same position when they changed, if that makes sense. They've already.
Okay, so Medellin is going to stow the caster and the zero knife and pull out the Doshko, ready to forge a path.
Well, maybe have a conversation first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we?
Well,
is
I'm just
there any way?
preparing
Sure.
that.
Yeah, Gareth is gonna look at, the ship in the sky and go, Carlina, you think it's big enough that we could get the ship over us?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna have to hike back. There's like blood pouring down out of Carlina's shoulder where the pangolin bit her. I think we're gonna have to hike it back.
Well, actually, the great thing about the design of the Morning Phoenix is it's actually designed like a Phoenix Claw, designed for actual all-terrain landing. So there is actually a canopy mode where it can actually outstretch its wings and tail in order to serve as a 4-point anchor system to grab onto treetops and lower the central portion of the ship so that it can then take off by creating its own like hanging landing platform.
Oh, so we can?
Yeah. It's a tricky
Oh,
maneuver,
awesome.
but it can be done.
It's yeah.
That would be awesome. I would like to not walk anymore.
Well, you're also looking at Gareth, who's in even rougher shape than you are. Well, actually, about the same amount of blood and crap, and it's like
I thought you were just disabling a beacon.
there was something there. We'll talk about it later. Let's see if we can get Expo in here, and
Okay.
so he's gonna
Captain, I'm gonna need you to next time when you're in trouble.
later.
The
Not Medlin, not now.
okay.
But
All right.
sorry. It's just like I'm too sore to talk about. You're right. I'm going to tell you, you're right. We'll talk about it later.
All
And
right,
he's
yes,
going to
sir.
call
Yes,
Expo on the comm. Sorry.
Welcome to Olorian Pizza. How can I serve you today?
Expo, I'm too tired for this. We're in trouble. We need a pickup. Can you home on the signal and pick us up? Bring the ship.
Yes, I can. We'll deliver your pizza in 30 minutes, or otherwise it's free.
Can we try for 5?
For you, sir, our loyal customer, we can do our best. Hang tight. We're on our way. Aye. Da-da-da-da-da. You hear this over the comms.
I thought you fixed Expo. Is he supposed to be doing that?
Merc is too busy sparking and dealing with all the wires that are falling out of him to really respond right now. Like, his face is even, like, glitching out from all the damage he sustained.
Uh-oh. Everyone make a reflex save.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
You're fine. Not fine. Fine. All right, so Captain, Expo does deliver your pizza in 5 minutes. As the ship careens into the tree line. As it does so, several of these trees are indeed knocked loose. Gareth, you are caught up in the maelstrom that transpires as it's not a crash landing, but if you can imagine basically this giant, like, sort of like baseball pitch of a landing smashes into the ground, dirt dragged up as each of the claws now dig into the ground and onto trees. You basically just stray shrapnel strikes you, Gareth. I mean, yeah, you'll go down from that.
Yep. That's like, as he's thinking, God damn it, I should have talked to Boyd.
Well, and all of a sudden, because the ship is now on a tilt. It's not actually landed flat. So as it has tilted, the gangplank falls out but doesn't quite hit the ground. Expo floats out with what looks to be a pepperoni pizza on a hot tray. And as he does so, he gets to the end of the gangplank. And despite the fact that he is flying, when he gets to the end of the gangplank, he falls and lands face first into the pepperoni pizza.
Nice.
Carlina's gonna run over Gareth.
Expo, we didn't need the pizza. We needed damn ship.
Oh,
Actually,
you wanted chips? I left them in the ship. They'll be right out. Follow me! And he flies into the ship.
Carlina's gonna run over to Elwyn and, like, see if is there anything that Elwyn could possibly do to help Gareth.
Elwyn is blind, still covered in goo over her mouth. And she's like, "What?"
Captain's down. Eloin, is there
Who's the clown?
anything
I
spell?
can't. Sorry, I
anything
can't
you
hear
can cast?
anything, and I can't see anything.
Oh shit.
Is anyone there, Carlina? I think it's you because
Okay,
it's furry and big.
I am furry. Yes. Oh fuck.
Madeline is
Does
going to
anyone
shout
know
Sorry,
for
about
Boyd.
my
anything
type.
about medicine?
Madeline's going to shout for Boyd and tell him that we need help getting the captain on the ship.
If you would like, I could carry the captain.
Okay, fine, great. Get him on the ship. Thanks, Simon.
Simon walks over and picks up Gareth. Everyone make a perception check.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and choose not to because Merc's a little more worried about the sparking.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunate. Don't worry about the... Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. No one notices anything as he picks up Gareth, and likewise, all of you make your way onto the ship. As this happens, I'm just going to say June does it. June corrects the ship. You watch as one of the wings and the tail of the ship, because like I said, the back of the ship is kind of shaped like the talon of a bird. So you watch as the wings land and the tail lands, and it corrects the ship up the right way. You then watch as the wings expand outwards and take off from the planet's surface, and you are now back into space. Now, normally I would give I would give June a bunch of checks to make in order to get you guys out from the vast and back into near space, but I'm not gonna. It's fine. Just for course plotting wise, are you guys going to try to take the shortest route towards Vaturin, perhaps making a stop there, or are you going to try and head for this hex over here, which is more free and abandoned, but free and abandoned and closer to your target, but it's not. But there's nothing between you and that ship. Does that make sense? So I want to say, do you want to go here or here?
Well, is Gareth awake yet?
No, this is just in general because I'm gonna start moving the thing.
And in general, I'd rather do the stay away from civilization point and make a run straight for the ship.
Okay, sweet. So
If-
that means
if it
you
was
guys.
my call.
It just means you guys are going to spend a little more time in the vast, which isn't a problem. Okay. All right. So you are trying to chart your course. We'll do that when June is here next. But in the meantime, after about a good couple of hours of medical healing, and Elwyn have now actually washed the stuff off their face, they are able to heal you. You know what? Space music is a good idea, IT. Let's do that. Let's see.
During the healing
Oh, yeah.
process, Carlina's gonna head back with Mercutio and try to help him with the cables and all that. She doesn't know computers, but she can fix mechanical stuff. Merc, let me see what I can do for you.
I did indeed. I'm doing that in just a moment. I just didn't want to do more stuff on the planet. Alright.
I do like that I can use my crafting to treat my wounds. That is very cool.
So,
Wait, does that mean I could use crafting to treat your wounds too, Mercutio?
I don't know, Dag, does that? Is that?
Yes, it can.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that would have been good to know earlier. Sweet.
Yeah.
Because you're repairing
So-
his body.
Yeah. So I can use crafting as treat wounds and as battle medicine, which is really freaking awesome.
Well, then I can help out healing you then. Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't do computers, but I can fix shit.
Okay. Schooly Eye, please roll me a d12. Ooh, actually, roll me a d8. Actually, I do like that one. I'll keep that one too. But roll me a d8. I want to do this one as well. 7. Oh, fuck. That's a bad one.
I don't like that.
Okay.
But I like that.
I don't
So-
like that at all. No,
Carlina and
that's not
Mercutio,
good.
you guys are working on repairs and fixing things up. Elowin is working on healing Gareth for the most part. Medlin, you're doing okay, as is June. June is acclimating Simon to his surroundings. Turns out that without going to a port to drop him off, Simon's in it for the long haul. He doesn't mind, however. He prefers not to be on the planet. He's still kind of finding his travel legs, but he hasn't quite managed to kind of do that. Medlin, what are you doing as the others are recovering and recuperating?
Yeah.
Madeline?
So
Madeline is going to the sick bay because she needs to check up on all of the crew that has almost gone down.
Let me rephrase. Everyone is currently being treated medically fine. The security officer doesn't need to hover and sort of stare at stuff. It is an opportunity for us to roleplay stuff for you as an individual as to what you would be doing while the experts are doing their thing.
Okay. Madeline is going to the sick bay to lecture the captain.
He is unconscious and currently being treated for wounds. But if that's when you
Okay.
think you would do that, I mean, you're welcome to. So, to reiterate, Carlina is repairing Mercutio, Elwin is repairing Gareth, June is helping Simon acclimate, Boyd is doing repairs and his usual stuff around the ship, just maintenance stuff, and Expo is the one currently at the helm.
Okay.
You can also do
Madeline
your
is
own
in the
thing as well.
security.
You know. Yeah.
Madeline is Madeline has called down to the med bay, and has told Elwin to contact her when the captain is conscious because she wants to speak to him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nice.
And is puttering around the security room waiting for that call.
All right. Very well. What are you doing whilst puttering around?
Working on that damn gun again.
May I make a recommendation?
Sure.
This is the opportunity when you can explore other facets to your character. If the character is only gun, then we're not really exploring too much of who you are outside of that space. Medlin has a rare opportunity here to expand upon the identity of being the gun-toting gun person. What would you do in your downtime as a person less than a Medlin the fighter? Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Madeline has gone to Boyd.
Okay.
And
You'll find Boyd in one of the ventilation systems. You remember where the glitches and the ferroic fluid attacked you. He's in that area, not in the vents or anything like that, but he is in that space, conducting some repairs on some of the computer systems here.
okay.
Also, let me get Boyd
She's-
up as you are here. Boop and boop. There we go. We have Boyd. All right.
Okay. So she's going to ask him if he could help her to train her on some computer stuff.
All right. As you approach, he sees you coming, and he says, "Hey, so how was the landing party? I heard you guys got into a whole heavy set of mix-ups. I can hear Elwyn from here. I do not envy the captain right now."
Well, to be honest, it was just a complete shit show. There was a lot of killing, which was kind of fun. But there was a lot of injuries.
Dang. Well, I'm glad everyone made it back safe.
Yeah.
So, what can I help you with?
I was wondering, for being security, I don't know a lot about computers, and a lot of this stuff is computers. So, I was wondering if, like, would you teach me some stuff?
He looks you up and down, and he says, I mean, yeah, I suppose I could do that. I can do you one better, though. He rummages around and he says, "Look, I have many skills, okay, and programming and computer tech. That's not really it. What I do have a passion for is cybernetics. You know, augmenting things, making flesh, you know, kind of better. And I think I got something. Here." You watch as he pulls out what looks to be an eyeball. This bad boy. Now, if you really want to do your job as a security person and throw computers into the mix, this is how you do it. Fitted with this eye, you'd be able to see what kind of security systems are currently in place or at risk just by having a look at a console. You don't need to push a button. It basically has its own personal remote jacking system that works in short range. I mean, obviously you can't do it too far away. You do need to be effectively at a console in order for this to work, but it'll give you that little extra edge to help you. This is our homebrew item that is given from hitting the new dagger holding mark. This item will give you a +2 bonus on all computing checks that you make, and yes, you will be able to access computers with a gaze. So you look at a computer and you can access it remotely from 10 foot away. Again, not very far, but if you're tied up or if for some reason you are in a jail cell and you can see the actual key code command, you could be able to use your eye to look at that command area and access it.
Medellin effectively has Netrunner abilities now.
Yeah, functionally, yeah. And that is actually an item from my troll who was in my Cyberpunk game. Not Cyberpunk, Shadowrun.
That explains why it's Netrunner-like.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay,
Madeline,
so
do you want it?
yes.
Okay.
So Medellin is gonna take it and she's gonna look it over, and then as she's looking it over, she's gonna say, I know I'm supposed to be tough and all, but does it hurt getting it put in?
Not if you do it right. I mean, Elowen seems like a good enough doctor. She'll be able to, like, move your eye. Hopefully without pain. He takes off his like shades, and you can actually see that both of his eyes have been replaced with what looks to be like a rail that connects his glasses to his actual face. He says, once certain things are gone, you never really realize what it's like without them. And he says, it's been so long since I've been able to, like, see like normal people, I almost forgot exactly what it looks like. And he hands you the glasses. And in that, what you see as you look through them is almost like an augmented reality where everything he looks at kind of has a breakdown of what it is, like mechanically. So if you stare too hard at, say, the computer console, it even breaks down to like each of the keyboard pieces and even the part number that's associated with it, and allows you a link to actually go to an online store and order that part.
Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah, he basically has like the ability to look down, deconstruct, and reconstruct things. You kind of look at your hand. It doesn't do it biologically, but it does do all the mechanical stuff.
Okay, so I hand him back the glasses, and I look at him and I say, thanks. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no sweat. All right. With that, you take the eye and now have a good reason to go to the medbay. You head in that direction. As you do so, Gareth, you are awake and now, having been, sort of repaired bits and pieces, you feel a lot better. The doctor said, to rest up for a little bit, but otherwise you've got a clean bill of health. Now, we do have another reward from Malakisa, who has given a natural 20 to Mercutio and Gareth, and as such, because my OCD will not let me without, Carlina, you will also receive a natural 20 as well. So thank you so much for your generosity and your kindness. Very, very lovely.
Thank you, Dad.
Okay, so, Gareth, Elowen leaves you to it. Medellin, you ask the doctor about the eye. She'll take the eye to go and examine it and then make the preparations for your surgery, leaving you and Gareth alone to talk.
Hey, Madeline. Sorry I was a little short down there, but it was...
Yeah.
As you noticed, I was in a wee bit of pain. And
Yeah, you were.
So I'm kind of expecting that you're going to give me a lecture on not using my crew correctly. And am I on the right track?
And it comes.
Yeah.
When I or anybody else call you for a status update or to see you, just when we call you for anything, the answer, I'm busy and cutting us off, we can't assess the situation, design a plan, figure out if you're in trouble. We don't know what we need to do. We didn't know what was going on. We could have sent
Understood.
one of us back to help, and you almost died.
Yes, you're right. On the other hand, was in the absolute middle of it, and he was looking more like he was, or she was looking more like she was dying than me. And then there's a bit of a turnaround. And but you're right. I could have said we were in the middle of a fight, and I didn't, and I should have. That's absolutely something that I will work to do. But I'm going to give you a suggestion as well. If you get cut off, or if you feel that you don't have the information that you need, call again. It's two ways. If you had it under control outside and you were looking to see whether we needed help, you could have asked. So
Yes, sir.
I think
I
we both
understand that.
I think we both learned something here, and I will do my best. But and this is a point where you realize just how young Gareth actually is. You know, he's barely, barely 30, and is essentially trying to find his way just as much. So, but this is how we live and learn, and at least we all live this time.
All right.
This time.
Real quick, who in our group does not yet have a secret fighting art?
I do not.
Gareth and Carlene, yeah.
Sorry, Carlina and
Me.
Gareth. All right. I think this is a good time for you two to roll. Give me a d20 roll each. I got a good one for both of you. All right, Gareth. We are going to give you a leadership ability. This is going to be fun because I had a bunch of these. What was it? Okay, so your Solarian blade now takes on a white blade appearance. Let me see if I can find this. So, God, this is going. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go through all of this. So I am opening up my old D&D 3.5 folder for this one. I hope you appreciate.
Oh my.
D&D 3.5, Wizards of the Coast. The book was Tome of Battle, Book of the Nine Swords. This was a book that I loved because I love collecting things, right? So the idea that there were 7 swords with 7 different schools that would have different powers and abilities based on whichever sword that you had. There were even classes that were which were brought into this, which covered being an expert or a master with each of these weapons. Each of these weapons represented not only a different school, but also the blade and what the blade could grant. So there was like the Tiger Claw, which had a blade that allowed you to leap from high bounds and attack people. You had the Shadow Blade that allowed you to attack from below. Now, one of the swords, if memory is serving, here we go. Let's see. There was the Desert Wind, which was the flaming sword. The Faithful Avenger, which was the paladin sword. The Diamond Mind, which was the sword of clarity. The Kamate, which was the sword of strength. The Setting Sun. The Shadow Hand, no. The Stone Dragon, no. Tiger Claw, no. White Raven, there we go. The Blade of the Last Citadel. Let me read you this story here. The Blade of the Last Citadel is simply called Citadel at times. It was an adamantium longsword. The omen for this sword was that it was once If it ever used to injure an innocent sentient being, the blade will weep blood until the wielder atones or gives the blade up. Now, this blade was a sword that allowed people to lead by example, lead by being the person who would sacrifice themselves for others. You know, the first sword of the truly righteous. It had a series of abilities, which included, let's see, providing a +1 bonus attack on maneuvers made against a creature you were attacking. It also allowed you access to divine powers and spells, allowed you to remove fear, heal, and even create at a higher level a weapon barrier that basically just created a storm of attacks. So, here is what your secret fighting art is going to allow you to do. You are going to become a bastion to your allies, a safe haven. So, you will provide to anyone who is attacking the same target as you a +1 AC bonus to, whatever your proficiency is with your, do you get proficiency attached to your solar weapons? Do you get proficiency?
I believe there's, I think it's just under the whole class.
Yeah, it gets a +1, +2, +3. You get increases like that?
Yep.
Cool. Yep. So whatever your bonus is, you provide to everyone else's AC against that target. So that's your secret fighting art. In addition, if that person you're targeting is causing a fear effect to someone else in your group, or let's say mind affecting effect to someone else in your group, they need to make a will save DC equal to your class DC, or it will end that effect. So basically, if they've cast fear or created a fear effect, you hit that person, they then need to make a save. This is only once per round, so you can't just keep hitting them and keep getting them and make saves. But once you hit them, it can potentially debuff or remove any ongoing emotion effects that they've bestowed on other people. All right.
Is that a will save, did you say?
Yeah, they need to make a will save. And lastly, if you... oh no, that's it. That'll be it. Yeah, cool. That is your secret fighting art.
Okay. And is that only if it's a mind effect on someone else in the party, or including?
So you're going to
Gareth?
hit the caster. So wherever the source is, you hit
Yes.
the source. Anyone who's affected by that ability. So even if they use a cone to hit the whole group, if you hit them and they fail, it disables that ability.
Okay, so it's not just a team thing. It includes Gareth, is what I'm getting.
Oh
at,
yeah,
if
yeah,
it
no, yeah, it'll include
succeeded.
Gareth as well. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, of course.
Okay.
right.
And on the but he doesn't get the AC bonus for the weapon. Correct. Is that correct?
You don't get the AC bonus, no.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. Which makes sense.
Okay, there you go. That is your secret fighting art. And this is from like I said, this was one of the original characters I made back in the day when I wanted to make a swordsman who wanted to collect all the different types of swords. So I tried to collect the 9 swords from Tome of Battle. I did not realize how broken some of these classes and abilities were. Because every single one of those 9 swords was a epic level legacy weapon. So you would actually take feats and level up your weapons the same way you would level up a character. And you would do it 9 times. So it was a whole thing. It was a very difficult build, but very inspirational. And it's the Tome of Battle, Book of 9 Swords, if anyone wants to find out about the 9 swords and what they have. All right. But, ladies and gentlemen, Carlina and Mercutio, we're going to head out on you two. As the two of you finish your repairs and the like, June is back on the bridge. and Gareth and Medellin have resumed their duties. Elwyn is preparing Medellin for surgery. When the both of you notice Simon, he is accessing one of the command consoles. He seems to be not doing anything particularly untoward until you realize he seems to be purging data. Not from your ship, but from what looks to be a small, which looks to be the black box that you brought from the ship. Now, you can tell that he is doing this. Whether or not you want to alert him to that fact is up to you.
I should unmute before I talk.
Right.
How close is he to us?
He's just across the room. He's not a great deal away. It's not that he is ignoring you. He just believes you guys are busy doing other things that he doesn't need to worry about you.
Hey, Merc, do you see what Simon's doing over there?
I do, and I don't like it one bit.
Can we stop him without him noticing?
Make a computing check, the both of you.
I wanted to use my new power for this.
No.
That is not gonna overly help you. You can go into it, but again, you've also got access to the console.
Well, yeah, I was gonna access the console to lock him out of it, so we.
Yeah, but you can do that with your hands. You don't need a ghost up to do it. You know what I mean? Like Carlina could do it. You could do it.
Well, yeah, but
it's cooler if he's
touching the console in order to do that.
Yeah, true. But if you fail, you're gonna get injured. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna say rule of cool. You can do it. I'm just gonna say you can do it. But make the
but we want to do it without him catching on. That's why I want to.
Yeah, that's what the computing check's gonna be for. Make the computing check.
But if we have to touch the console, he'll know what we're trying.
No. There are plenty of other consoles. Sorry. I should have made that clear. There are other consoles you guys can access.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just do the computing check.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point that.
Very well, Mercutio. Let's see the hero point.
I'm not gonna bother hero pointing. I'm untrained.
20.
20? All right. With a 20, that is a success. Yes, Mercutio. Now, here's the two things you could potentially do. Number one is you can block him out of the system and stop him in his tracks. Or B, you could make a copy as he's deleting stuff. It won't help you with the stuff he's already deleted, but that could potentially be recovered later on down the track. But as he thinks he's deleting stuff, you can change it to a transfer, and you would then be transferring the data to another place.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm absolutely doing that second bit.
All right, not a problem. You establish that, and you make that link. Let's see if he notices. He's not as good at computing as he is other things, but he will get a 25.
Fucking course he will.
He does notice something is wrong. He seems to be hacking a little bit faster as the two of you go neck and neck. Let's make another computing check. Por favor. This time it is just you v him. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's a tough score to beat. 23. Let's see if he can do it. Oh my word.
I'm burning my nat 20. Fuck him.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Nat 20 comes in. Yeah, he basically is one-upping you every step of the way until you finally go, no, what? Fuck this. And you don't... You manage... Well, I mean, at this point, he has noticed someone's doing something. And you do indeed lock him out of the system. As this happens...
Merc with the nuclear option at that point. He's like, okay, nobody's being better at my own computers than me.
I mean, he didn't do bad. But yes, you do lock him out of it. And as such, I'm also going to say that as part of the critical success, you will also manage to recover a percentage of the deleted data. Roll me a percentage, please.
Rolls 100.
I mean, you could.
No. 43%.
43. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, let me roll real quick. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. Never mind. You get the important bit. The important bit is among the data that you see here, you notice one thing in particular. Very willingly, very knowingly, Simon was preparing the meals and looking after the crew as they were trying to establish themselves after landing. The crew had established hydroponics. They've established an SOS. They established all of the necessary tools they needed to survive, until they discovered a scientific experiment in which the introduction of plant matter to the diets of several mice that were brought with them onto the experiment thing had seen them transform into these plant creatures. They were researching and making notes of it until Simon managed to unintentionally put plant matter from the planet into the food processor, which then infected the crew. Before they were allowed to transform into flowers, however, he made a harsher decision. And he increased the certain chemicals inside of the fabricator to poison the crew. This worked on everyone except the captain, who did succumb to the flowers, as seen by Gareth. The others were spared. Now, from what you can tell from the data, it wasn't intentional. The first infection wasn't intentional. Purely an unavoidable accident due to mislabeling and mishandling of resources. But the poisoning of them in order to mercy kill them, how you view that, how you present it to the others, and how much responsibility you lay at Simon's feet will be what we discuss next week when we return for more Starfinder 2nd Edition. Hope you guys had fun. I know that I did. Thank you, everyone, for joining and having a great time. This was a hell of a lot of fun. Did everyone enjoy the session?
This was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
had a blast.
Nice. Love that. Love that. Got to do some character development, got to manage to finish the quest, you're back on track, you got some prizes and some stuff, lots of goodies from the donations. Who could have asked for more? And you are now one step closer. You guys are like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away from the derelict ship you guys have been searching for. So yeah, we got a couple more, maybe 1 or 2 more little side questy encounter things, and then all the exciting story stuff continues to happen. But because you guys had also managed to finish this section of the adventure, as you enter into the next area, which, I mean, like I said, we're still going to get June to make some checks and stuff, but presuming the checks go well, you may all level up to level 3.
Yay.
All right. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead as a Game, and this is my place. This is my page. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We'll be back on Wednesday for more Season of Ghosts, so be sure to tune in for that and have a lot of fun with us. But in the meantime, guys, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, guys.